Hello everyone, I'd like to share my latest journal with you today. This is another Scholar's Ledger journal that is from a course that I took with Nick the Booksmith. It measures 8 1/4 by nearly 5 and it has a 1.5 inch spine, and it has like the textured fabric on the spine. It's all been sealed with a matte sealer, and it's just nice scrapbook paper, sort of little bit grungy. The seam binding closure, that is some seam binding that was already tea dyed that I bought from a lady on Etsy, and I actually dyed it again with a broken china, the Tim Holtz Distress ink. On the front I've put a little piece of, it's not muslin, but it's a type of embroidery type fabric. I've just put a little metal frame on here, and then I've put the definition for Inspire, which is from an old dictionary, vintage dictionary that I have. Put some of this braiding down both sides. It has 5 signatures and has 120 pages front and back. We have the small lace tabs at the top with the curved spine. I didn't use any cheesecloth this time. And this is a bird themed journal. I did include a few journal cards from a kit by Ivy Shutters, which is called Gypsy Abandon, but it is mainly a bird themed journal. Just added this little charm onto the seam binding, and then we have, just undo the seam binding, and then we have a feather charm and a little dragonfly which is attached to one of the tags on a garment pin. So we'll have a look inside. I haven't used any pages from the Artie Mays kit, but I have used some journal cards, and that's her Majestic Birds kit, which is these little cards, which I've shrunk them down quite a bit smaller. So we've got some scrapbook paper here. It's all been reinforced with fabric on the inside. We have a little Tim Holtz card here and a sewn pocket. I didn't leave any threads this time. For some reason I just started cutting them off, and then I thought, I haven't left any hanging threads, so I ended up just cutting them all off. This is an old scrapbook paper pad. It could be a My Mind's Eye, I'm not really sure. So let's start having a look. Also printed some digital pages from the New York Public Library, and this is actually a map of the British Museum, and that's printed on parchment paper. This is one of the cards from the kit, which that's the Gypsy Abandon kit. I've just made a flip there. Lots of tea dyed paper, vintage book pages, my usual sorts of thing. Got another card there. Some tea dyed graph paper with a little pocket. That's another one of those cards. Another pocket, that's a tag from Artie Mays. Did some ribbon ruffles. These are some pages that I've torn out of a Reader's Digest book. Did a few marbled paper ruffles. These are some worksheets, they're school worksheets that are written in German, and they're actually some old sheets that my son was using. Sorry about that, my dog started barking. So I've done a little pocket here. She's still, hopefully it's not annoying you too much. This is another page from the Majestic Birds kit. And that's one that I've shrunk down smaller. It's a little tag. This is another map page that I printed from the New York Public Library. That's just a flip. Some little pages from a little botanical book. I think that's from the Observer book. I finally got myself some of this leaf trim. Lots of people have been using it. I could only get the pink. They didn't have many colours, but I think that looks quite pretty. I've put some tickets here that I've tea dyed and sewn onto the page. Another pocket. That's another card from the Gypsy Abandon kit and a tea dyed guest check. Got another little pocket here. Some marble paper from Nick the Booksmith. Another little paper ruffle. This is another one of the shrunk down cards. And just a graph card. This is some like old ledger. Some more ruffles. Another pocket. It's another gypsy card. Just a little tuck there. That's a Tim Holtz card. It's another one of the little journaling cards. I think again I'm not sure, it could be a page that I've shrunk down again, and that's also a little tuck there. Some parchment paper, that I've printed the marble paper onto parchment. Another large card there. And then I made a few collage cards, so I think there's two in this one. These are from the Edith Holden text pages. So I've got quite a lot of them left over. So I've just used a bit of tea dye paper, and this is from another botanical book. And then on the back I've stamped "And the Story Begins" and sewn it and used some jute twine. This is an envelope that we got that's from the Royal Mail, or stamped with the Royal Mail. And then I had some old stamps. This is a penny stamp, which would be going back quite some time, since it was, I don't know if it ever cost a penny to send a letter. It probably did. That's another card. Some more of the marble paper. Some more of the leaf design trim. Another flip. So there's lots of space for journaling in this. This is quite a chunky book though. The other side of the envelope, which has a little window. And then this is the last signature. That's another page from the Reader's Digest book. A little pocket here with a little journal card. And then I love how this paper came out. This is another sheet from one of my son's old school worksheets. And I made a fabric ruffle here, and this is just a piece of vintage doily. and that is aged really lovely. It's a lovely cream colour, and there's a little Tim Holtz pin there that says Secrets. And we have another one of the collage cards. It's Nick the Booksmith's marble paper again, that's on parchment. Another flip. Got another tuck there. That's another little card. Then on the back I've done another sewn pocket and got another tea-dyed guest check and another tag. So hope you enjoyed that, and thanks very much for watching, and speak to you again soon.